Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy, POE the Dawn. And
girl, LadyLaw in here.
You know what it is, man. We came in, today we're going to let you get inside the mind of one of the most influential dudes in the state, man. Right now, he's doing big things behind the camera. He's doing big things behind the microphone. My boy, King Tyme. What up, Tyme?
You mad at my wrist, cause I'm shining on you. You mad at my piece, I got God behind me, 9 beyond me.
Hey, yo, man, right now, basically, my first question to you is, what goes on in the mind of King Tyme, and not only what goes on in the mind of King Tyme, like, what do you feel you bring to the table in today's hip-hop game and hip-hop genre, I should say?
I bring a lot to the table, man. I give everybody a chance to get their voice heard and be able to see what you actually say in the game. So that's what I bring to the game. Just, giving artists a chance, just to get their music out there and spit what they dream to do.
Definitely. I think pretty much the first question is people want to know is like, where'd you get the name King Tyme?
King Tyme, man. King is basically something I put in front of my name on purpose. I know King stands for you gotta be better than all competitors. So when I put King in front of my name, basically that makes me write harder and make sure none of my music is lacking, or whatever I do is never lacking. So I just put King there so I could stay at top of my game every time I'm in front of the club of time.
Not to cut your wisdom, pretty much King is stating that, like you said, you're on the top of your game. When people think of a king, they think of that guy. They think of a ruler, somebody who has power.
Yeah.
So I pretty much could dig what you're saying.
Well, I got a question for King Tyme because I watched you in your journey from when you first started rapping, taking pictures, filming videos. What inspired King Tyme to pick up the camera and start filming videos, pick up that pen and pad, start writing songs and taking pictures? What and who inspired you and why?
As far as me rapping, my uncle inspired me. You know what I mean? He used to just spit bars in front of me when I was younger, force me in his room to listen to Run DMC. You know what I mean? And just as a kid, just sit there and battle me. So it's like I really basically picked up his trend. You know what I mean? And I just always wanted to be better than him because he used to just spit in front of me, in front of his friends. You know what I mean? And then I spit my little bars. And he always won the battle. So that made me just write harder. You know what I mean? Always just wanted to please my uncle, basically. And just in music in general. I just wanted him to feel my point of view. And for me to pick up the camera, basically that came from probably like my first video shoot when I first came home from jail. And Cook Wave, they shot my video and they charged me $1,500. So not like I'm fresh out of jail, so it's like I know I ain't got $1,500 every time just to shoot a video for myself, just to get in and stay in front of the public's eyes.
Right.
So it just made me do my research and what I need and just sit there and learn how to shoot a video.
Right. Now, me being a personal associate of Tyme, we pretty much started together. You know, we was in a group together. We was known as the Flock. We was young. And we was doing things that a lot of people wasn't doing. This was back before everybody was rapping. I say everybody now because it's a common fad, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I consider myself a real artist. I consider Tyme a real artist. He had all the equipment that back in the day it was kind of like hard to obtain, and he found a way to get it and he made it happen, and he was kind of like the first dude that let me hear myself come through the speaker, and that's when I knew I wanted to be an artist. But the world don't know that. So what the world want to know is how long have you actually been an artist and a photographer and a videographer?
I've been an artist forever, man, since birth basically, probably. Doing videos, 3 years top. This year made it 3 years top just shooting videos.
All right, 3 years. What about the photographer? What about the photographer aspect of the game? Because now a lot of people call you for photo shoots, and that's kind of brand new to the game.
That's just something that just came to me one day, just taking pictures of my kids and just sitting there, just taking bullshit pictures and just throwing it online and seeing how many likes it got. So I was like, wow, like, you know what I mean? So now it's like, I just wanted to perfect my craft. So I looked at a lot of guys that do photography. My main person that I looked at doing photography and his work was Ryan Nash, and he told me what I need and to go out and get and use that. So that's where the photography come from.
Definitely.
Well, I got a question. I have seen you do plenty of videos all over Connecticut, outside of Connecticut, work with many and almost every artist. What was one of the best projects that you can tell Connecticut that you had fun and that you worked with? What was one of the best projects that you worked on?
Best project, I mean, I work with various artists, so probably the most funnest video that I ever did was my first video, and that was for my friend, a good friend of mine, Heath, y'all know him as Fetty.
Shout out to Fetty.
He basically had me in a room with a cell phone and telling me, yo, just give it a shot, and I couldn't believe that I could do it. So, you know what I mean? We tried it anyway, and once I got his lips going to the music, I was happy with it. I mean, I got the video to this day, and I still watch it for inspiration to keep my drive going. So that's probably like my biggest achievement, most funnest thing that I did as far as me shooting somebody's video.
Now, you saying that you collab with Fetty. I know you collab with a lot of artists. A lot of people come to Tyme for help, if you don't know, especially the young up-and-coming artists that don't know the way, because Tyme, he's very helpful, you know what I'm saying, and it don't really tax your pockets to get knowledge. It's free, and he's willing to give that. I wanted to actually, I wanted to ask you, as far as CT artists, like, who would you love to work with that you haven't worked with already?
I don't want to give a specific name. I would just, because I don't want to leave everybody out the loop. So I'm willing to work with anyone and everyone. You know what I mean? Just to do music, and if your buzz ain't like where you want it to be. So I wouldn't mind working with you just to share some of my fan base with you, because it's basically all about teamwork. So I'm willing to work with anybody.
Right.
Yes, definitely. But definitely, teamwork always makes the dream work. Everybody gotta always remember that. Like I said earlier, I didn't say that earlier, so cut this part out. That was the last area. Teamwork makes the dream work. So everybody needs to stay in the team. Everybody's equally important. Even if you're just passing out the flyer, just as important as the one behind the camera or writing. You told us earlier about one of your best projects and one of the most funnest projects you worked on. I would like to know, what was one of the hardest projects that you had to work on, that you found yourself, before you got to this project thinking, this is going to be hard, but I'm going to do it. What's the hardest project you worked on?
Probably working with Rob Brown, my first industry guy that I ever recorded, because he's been in front of thousands of cameras, and I'm just a local guy doing it. So it's like, I just wanted to be good with that. And those that don't know, I went in the bathroom and inside the club and said a prayer. Make sure things went right for me. So when his manager seen how I was doing it, you know what I mean, they liked my work. So that took the fear out of my stomach. You know what I mean? So that's probably like one of the hardest plus easiest videos that I ever did.
Now, I want to know, like, me personal, this is a personal question. Like, what's the difference between the way King Tyme shoots videos and other people shoot their videos? What do you think sets you apart from other photographers, videographers, and also artists?
Speed, persistence,
That's
easy.
important.
You know what I mean? Simplicity works best. I keep everything nice and simple. I don't try to chop it up all crazy effects in the video. I just want it nice and easy and have it out there fast. Because everybody wants to see their video, like when my video gonna drop. So I make sure it's a quality video and have it out there probably like the next day.
Right, efficiency. So basically efficiency is what sets you apart, is what you're saying, the rate and the speed at which you do it, and it's also great quality. So basically what he's saying is it doesn't have to take 6 or 7 months to put out a video, man.
Definitely doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? it don't take that long. When you got the eye for it and you're really hungry and you want to do it, and you got people calling you consistently and wanting work done. Consistency is the key, man. You heard that from King Tyme.
You heard that from King Tyme, and you know what? I co-sign that. Consistency is definitely everything. And one of the things I've seen in King Tyme for the few years that I've known him has been consistency, and this man always has a plan and follows through. Consistency is everything, but we all know when you're consistent, we always gonna bump into problems and things that might discourage us. So have you ever been discouraged? And if you have, can you please tell us why?
I always get discouraged. Sometimes I just feel that it doesn't work. It's not working. I just want to throw in the towel. I get frustrated. And when I feel that way, and as soon as I say I quit, my phone will ring. You know what I mean? So I feel like if you feel discouraged of what you're doing, I say utilize it. Like, you know what I mean? It's there for a reason. You know what I mean? Something's not working. You know what I mean? Try your left hand.
Right.
Just embrace discouragement.
So it's pretty much like would you consider that like, or compared to Kobe missing his first 13 shots, having a bad game, the game goes to overtime, the world is watching Sunday, NBC, and at the end of the day, he dig deep and still hit that buzzer beater, and he may have only hit 17 points for the game, but he actually won the game for his team. Is that what you're pretty much stating? Like use that discouragement as energy to drive you to go harder?
Failure, I always say failure is like a man's best friend because you can learn from your mistakes.
Right.
I mean, if you ain't failed, you gotta fail. You know what I mean? You gotta fail. Failure makes you go harder. Like, you know what I mean? You learn from your failure, you learn from your mistakes. So, you know what I mean? Jordan, like, you know what I mean? I could compare him to Kobe or Kobe to Jordan because he failed in his lifetime. He couldn't beat the Pistons, so he had to find a plan just to beat them. So it's you know what I mean? You learn from your mistakes.
I agree with you on that because a lot of people get discouraged. I mean, it takes one person to just shatter your dreams. You never know who is saying it and why. And like he said, consistency and everything, but do not get discouraged by nothing or nobody out there. Follow your dreams, pursue it, live it, believe it. That's it.
Definitely. A lot of people want to know, like, yo, if I wanted to hear the newest King Tyme album, like, how do I get that? Where do I go? How do I obtain the music? Like, you got any info for them to actually go get the album or get the music or your latest singles?
Everything is tymefloc, tymefloc. You can just Google that. Everything that I do is online. I don't
Google
right
King
now.
Tyme.
I'm not a firm believer in CDs now. Nowadays, I feel like that's the past. Like, I reach more people online than just handing out CDs. And if they really feeling my music and want to bang my music in the car, everything is free to download, free of charge. So if you really wanted my music, I feel like you will go look it up and get that.
Definitely.
I got another question. Is there any videographers out there that you see progress in their work, good quality, that you would like to talk about, that you see that you give them credit for? Any videographers out there?
It's a lot of I watch a lot of people work, and I watch a lot of people grow. I could say I love D Menace work, and I love
shout out D Menace.
P Boogie work.
P Boogie. Shouts out to P Boog, man.
PGIF.
Food Gang and all that.
They got a good eye for just creativity. Got me really want to step up my game even more. So they're probably like the two guys that I look at. Not to X out any other body that's working hard doing their videos, but right now I'm really like the two guys that I watch the most.
Okay. A lot of people know about the Frontline brand. They see Frontline videos when they go to your channel, your YouTube channel. They see Frontline videos, but I think there's a lot of names under that umbrella. You mentioned you have King Series, you have the Flop, which is the actual group. You have Guap Right, GRF, Frontline. You have STP. Like, do you feel like you are the glue that holds the movement together, being that there's so many different fractions? Let's not forget NA Records and those guys doing their joint, they're putting in that work out there also. Do you feel like you have a certain obligation to keep the movement concrete and keep the team together?
No, I feel everybody's equal to me. Ain't nobody's better than nobody. I think this is why we get along so much. Without them, they wouldn't be me. You know what I mean? I can't, like I said, I can't do it myself. I just can't always put a video just of me. Everybody get tired of that. So everybody is just equal. Everybody got their own thing that they bring to the table.
And I'm glad you said that.
That's what makes the family strong. I mean, we have our little arguments. We, you know what I mean? But
all families do.
You know what I mean? That just make the brand stronger. Like, you know what I mean? So everybody's equal in the family.
All right, so I said that to say this. Now that you said that, explain the difference between King Series and the Flock, because a lot of people they think of Tyme, they think of the Flock.
King Series is the flock, like, you know what I mean? It's just King Series is just a flock, like, you know what I mean? King Series is just a branch off of Frontline run everything, like, you know what I mean? Then you got STP, you got N/A Records, you got Guap Ray Family, you know what I mean? Flock is just like somebody, the team of members that I grew up with. That's just like under my branch.
Right. So the Flock is actually a group. Is a recording group, and King Series is a branch of the entertainment off of Frontline. If you don't understand what I'm saying, basically what I'm saying is, if you went to a show and you see Tyme, Refo Blake, Fetty, Free Mel, a couple other guys, you got Harlem Friend, you got Harlem Sanchez. That's the group. The Flock is the group. But the business is King Series, which is actually ran by Tyme, and I hope I'm not confusing you by saying that. Frontline is the movement.
Frontline is definitely the movement, and one thing I witnessed this movement is that, like he said, everybody is equally important. A lot of teams out here, everybody wants to be the head, everybody wants to be the main, everybody wants to be the face. It's not going to work if you guys are stepping over each other. A team that works is definitely when everybody knows that everybody is equally important. That's one thing I seen with the Frontline. That's why their movement moves. That's what a movement is. Nobody's supposed to be trying to run in front of the other one. We got to run together. And basically, I shout out the Frontline because I'm a witness to all this. I've seen it all happen. So I co-sign everything that Pulled It Down just said right now. So Frontline is definitely a team to follow. And Tyme, you too. You inspired me, myself as an artist. I watched you, like I said before, I watched you write your plan out, and I watched you follow it, and I watched you not get discouraged, and that's one of the reasons why I asked that question, because we all get discouraged.
Write your plan and follow it.
Write your plan and follow it, and don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged.
Another thing, you got, is there like any shout outs? Anybody you want to shout out, for participating in your career, and whether giving you wisdom or just being a cameo in your videos, or that you see young and coming up that a lot of people haven't heard their name? Would you like to put their name out there so people can actually put a face with the name sooner or later?
I like to shout out everybody that I work with and everybody that I haven't got a chance to work with. So that's basically saying everybody.
Right. This is a very important question for me, being that I'm a Connecticut artist. I really feel like I'm an artist of the universe, though. I don't geograph myself and put myself in that category as being a Connecticut artist, but I am what I am. I'm an artist that's from Connecticut. I think that's better that I say that. When I think of down south and music, I think of them, they get each other rich. And that all starts with participation of not only artists coming together, but the radio play. When I go down south and I listen to the radio, they don't play what you see on TV all day. They play the up-and-coming artists all day. So you hear music that you never heard before, but they know it. They go to the clubs. Also the clubs too. We got a lot of DJs out here. It's like they rather play music that's on the radio all day than play something that they know is hot. You know what I mean? Whether it be your music, whether it be my music, whether it be LadyLaw's music, whether it be Young Boss, or people from New Haven, or Lamborghini Didi from Hartford. I don't hear these things on the radio, and it discourages me because I know that we are talented enough to be played on the radio. So what do you think the steps that we need to take to actually get the state popping as far as participating in each other's projects and getting on these airwaves?
No, just everything's about money now. Like a lot of artists just ain't got money just to throw it on the radio and have their song played and have it in rotation. But I think like for our state and the East Coast in general to get moving, I think they should just play the music. Like, you know what I mean? I'm kind of frustrated with this era of music. Like everything sounds the same to me. Nobody's not saying nothing. It's a little simple rap. So for me, like I'm a lyricist, so it feels like I don't fit in because what other guys are saying down south and they getting rich off of that. So I think for Connecticut, the pop, it does start with the radio. I think they should just, you know what I mean, just play the music, like, you know what I mean, play our music, play East Coast music in general, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You're right. It starts, like you said, definitely starts with the radio. And another thing that I have seen that's been a problem is the support system, because everybody wants to be a rapper. All you gotta do is support everybody else. They'll come back to you. Some people, I have talked to some artists, they don't want to come. I invite them if it's Pole performing or Tyme. I'm like, hey, listen, would you come out, come support them? You know, they got talent, and they're more like, you know, some people don't want to or find an excuse, but when it's their turn, they want people to come support
you
them.
can't always, like, you know what I mean? We're local, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like we gotta really step out of the states. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody's not gonna come out every time you throw a show because they didn't see me before. Like, you know what I mean?
True.
So it's all about traveling too. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta step outside the state more and try to book shows out there.
And you're right, like you said, going back to what you said, it starts with the radio. If we did have more radio play, we'll have more support that is steps outside, just like, you know, I know Porter now, I'm gonna go support him, but if he got radio play, you will have more people, more fans that will come support if we had a chance to get that out there.
Yo, also don't STP, man, we got our own online radio, so any local artists that want to get played on the radio, we don't need edits or nothing, cuts, all that, everything. Send them songs, man, to poe.thedawn.stp. I'll get your joints played, man. I'll get your joints. Just make sure it's good music, because I got a good ear. If it's whack, if I feel like it's whack, or it's not me personally, because I don't run the radio, but it is a round table. So don't just send anything that you did in the living room or in the kitchen and it doesn't sound right. Make sure it's, you know, you represent yourself. So make sure it has a good quality sound, and I'll get it played.
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of artists feel that they can just do that.
Yeah,
that they're just
like
nice and they can just sit there and just turn on TV and then expect radio play and all that stuff. No, it takes work and consistency, like King Tyme said before. You gotta represent yourself as an artist. There's a lot that comes with that. You gotta have your bios ready. Take professional pictures. You need pictures, King Tyme is right here.
Keyword professionalism, man. Make sure your stuff is right, and like I said, I can get it played on online radio. Anything else you want to ask, Tyme?
I just want you to tell them where they can contact you. If they need pictures, videos, anything that you can help them with. Where can they contact you?
Google tymefloc, and if you want to get in contact with me for videos, you need studio time, photography, Facebook. Become my friend on Facebook or like my King Saves page, and that way you'll inbox me, and I'll get right back to you ASAP.
And that's tymefloc, TYMEFLOC. Make sure y'all get that right. Follow him. He's definitely a good person to work with. He's not a hater. There's no hate in his blood. He wants everybody to progress with him. So make sure you guys follow him. Shout out to Connecticut. Shout out to everybody out here trying to do their thing. Shout out to Porter Don.
Shout outs to LadyLaw.
Scraping the plate. DJ Stills. Big Mike. Shout out to you. Shout outs to the front line, Bloodline Tattoos. Everybody.
Just everybody, man.
Shout out to
everybody.
Damon too.
Anybody who watching and that's inspired by, you know, what's going on or the movement, man, shouts out to you. You'll be seeing a lot more King Tyme. It's just the beginning. We just starting, man. So, you know, get used to what you're seeing, man.
And don't forget to send that. Where you gotta send that info?
For the online radio?
Yes.
POE, period. The Dawn, the THADON, period, STP at Gmail. Make sure it's quality music. Make sure it sounds good. When I say quality music, I don't mean that your lyrics is corny, because what's corny to some is great to others. I'm talking about the quality of the music. Make sure it's not a lot of static. Make sure it's cleaned up, nice, and that joint to get played. You want it to sound just like if we play Drake and your song come on next. You don't want Drake's song to sound up here and yours to sound down here because of the quality of the music. So just be professional when you send that to the email, because when it's looked at and it's looked over, we're going to be looking for professionalism. If it's not professional, I don't care if you rapping like Cannabis or the illest Papoose verse that he ever spit. It's not getting played. So that's from me to you. And like we said, man, get ready to see more King Series, Frontline, and all the others, man.
All right, Connecticut, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
And we're going to wrap it up. Come on.